Kyle, I don't want to nag, but isn't it time for you to find a job? It's been almost a year since you left your job. Our daughter is a housewife, so if you don't start helping out, you'll struggle to get by. It's important for a husband to support his wife financially. I've been supporting my family all this time. And here you are, unemployed. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have agreed to your marriage with our daughter. Adam, as I've mentioned several times before, I left my job to work as a freelancer. What? A freelancer? You've been cooped up at home all this time. It seems like you're just a bum. I'm not a bum. I work from home. What do you mean by that? I've been hearing about remote work lately. But how can you even do that? I think you're just stuck in your room playing games all day. If you think you can trick me with that excuse, you're wrong. I'm not playing games at all. Thanks to my efforts, I've been getting a lot of work and staying busy every day. You know what? I'm actually earning more now than I used to. That can't be true. How can someone like you, who's not even working, claim to be getting paid by anyone? How can I get you to believe me? If you start giving us allowance, enough to live on, then I'll believe you. An allowance? You're still working and receiving a pension, so I think you're doing better financially than us. Actually, I've been thinking about quitting my job for a while now. I'm getting older, and my body isn't what it used to be. My friends have all retired, and I can't bear to keep working so hard while they're enjoying their retirement. Do you not have any savings? You have a pension and you're working, so giving you an allowance might be a bit too much. I knew it! You're lying about making money, aren't you? That's why you can't give us an allowance, right? We had to borrow money from relatives to send our daughter and son to college. So, we've been working hard to pay that back and couldn't save any money. And there's still some debt left. If you don't give us an allowance, I'll have to keep working myself to exhaustion to pay off the debt. Were you always this heartless? I didn't think I'd hand my daughter with someone like you. Got it. So if I give you an allowance, you'll lay off the nagging, right? I don't want to push you too hard, so I'll start giving you an allowance from next month. Seriously? That's a relief. If you start giving us an allowance, I'll definitely acknowledge your efforts. All right, I'll count on you starting next month. Please talk to Mom about the specifics like the bank account. Okay. Hey, Kyle. I heard from Dad that you're going to give us an allowance. That's really helpful. But are you sure it's okay? Good evening, Shirley. What do you mean by, is it okay? I'm talking about the allowance. You don't have a job, so how are you going to give us money? You're saying stuff like freelancer and working from home. It seems like you've fooled my husband, but I'm not buying it. Being at home every day just means you're not working, right? I've mentioned this before, and I told Adam about it yesterday too. Being a freelancer means I don't get paid by a company. Instead, I work on my own and earn money that way. Working from home means I have the setup to work at home instead of going to an office. So I'm definitely not unemployed. Since I started freelancing, I've actually been busier. And while I may be inconveniencing your daughter with household chores, my income has gone up. Even though your daughter is a housewife, we're able to save money now, so don't worry about that. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It sounds like you're going to start giving us money. Adam handed in his resignation today. We really need that allowance to get by. If it turns out you were lying about making money and can't give us the allowance, I won't forgive you. Understood? He handed in his resignation already? He really wanted to quit that badly, huh? I won't lie to him. I promised Adam I'd provide the allowance. So, how much do you need for the allowance? Yeah, I think $2,000 would really help us out. That much? What? You heard it from Adam, right? We have debts to relatives. We need to pay them back every month. And you said your income has increased, didn't you? Was that a lie too? Is it okay for us not to believe you? How much longer until you finish paying it off? Maybe about a year. Then please promise that the $2,000 allowance will only be for a year. We want to save up for the future, and we've been talking about having kids soon. Even if my income has gone up, giving such a big amount every month would be really tough. I understand. So, can we count on the $2,000 for at least 1 year? I understand, but there's one more thing I need you to promise. There's more? Your younger son and his wife are both employed, correct? Yeah, what about it? It's really tough for just us to provide the allowance. So could we also ask for some support from them too? It doesn't have to be the same amount, but could we ask them to contribute something? Okay, I promise. Thank you. Hey, Kyle. How are you? Hello, Shirley. What's up? I have a huge favor to ask. You're not going to ask for an increase in allowance again, are you? How did you know? Are you saying you understand how we feel? No, it's not like that. It's just that every time you contact us since we started giving the allowance, it's always about not having enough money or asking us to increase it. I just had a bad feeling about it. A bad feeling? How rude! I mean, I already added another $1,000 to the initial amount. Isn't it strange to still say it's not enough? You're supposed to be getting a pension, and your younger son and his wife are also giving you some money, right? You're right, but... Are they really giving you money too? Yes, they are. I'm keeping my promise. If that's true, you should be better off than most working people, right? So why isn't it enough? Even with debts, it just doesn't add up. Don't be so cold. The TV, fridge, and a few other appliances all decided to break down at once. You know how pricey electronics are, right? But they're necessities, and when you have to replace them, it's like throwing away tens of thousands of dollars, leaving us short on our living expenses. And right now, everything, especially groceries, is just so expensive. We're definitely not living lavishly. But even so, the money's just not cutting it. We're not young anymore, so we have to be careful with what we eat too. We might even get sick. Is that really okay with you? That's not what I'm trying to say. So, are you going to increase the allowance for us? Fine. I'll send $3,500 next month, so let's see how it goes for now. If everything seems okay, we'll go back to the usual amount, all right? That's the spirit. Thank you so much, Kyle. Please, use it wisely. Hey, Kyle, about the allowance. What happened? I've been holding back for so long, but I've had enough. Huh? You've been talking about how you're not a bum and promising to give us some allowance. But seriously? $10? Are you serious? You're being disrespectful. That barely covers a day's worth of food. What are you talking about? There's no way it's just $10. You should know if you check the bank statement. Shirley's got it all sorted out, no doubt. Enough with the excuses. And you know what? My son and his wife sends us $3,500 every month. He's some big shot at a major company, you know? Unlike you, who quit your job and can only manage to send us $10. Looks like there's been a mix-up. I'm the one sending $3,500. Isn't it your son who was the one sending $10? It's way too little, and even I'm confused by it. I thought they were sending at least $1,000. I never imagined they were struggling that much. There's no way that's true. Don't disrespect Tim like that, acting all high and mighty when you're only sending $10. If you're gonna act all superior with that measly amount, then forget it. Go ahead and stop sending money. Are you sure? Obviously. Even if you stop sending money, it won't make a difference. Got it. That helps. The original agreement was $2,000, and that was supposed to last a year. But then, it got bumped up to $3,500, and even after a year passed, you kept asking for more. It's getting tough for us to manage, so I've been taking on a lot more work. Honestly, I'm at my limit, both physically and mentally. What nonsense are you talking about? Get a grip on reality, will you? Anyway, whether you send money or not, it doesn't make a difference to us anymore. So we don't need it starting this month. Got it? Got it. I was planning to send the money this week. But if that's what you want, I'll stop starting this month. And just so you know, it's not a one-time thing. I'm stopping it for good. Fine. Do whatever you want. We don't need your $10 anyway. Kyle, we were expecting the transfer by yesterday, but it still hasn't come through. We count on your allowance, so it's really causing us trouble. If it's going to be late, just give us a heads up, okay? Have you heard anything from Adam about this? Huh? What is it? Adam said I don't have to send money anymore. What? You're kidding, right? I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like he thinks I'm only sending $10 each month. What? He told me your son sends you $3,500 a month, so he said he didn't need my allowance. Of course, I denied it. I even said maybe Tim's allowance is just $10. But he insisted I'm only sending $10. He told me to stop sending money, so I decided to do just that. Please, I think it's just a misunderstanding. I'll talk to him and straighten things out. Could you please keep sending the allowance? I refuse. But we're family, right? Don't be so cold-hearted. Who's being cold-hearted here? Do you even realize how tough it is to send that amount of money? I've been working extra hard, sacrificing sleep just to manage. Being called measly money is something I won't forget. I won't be sending any more allowance from now on, so keep that in mind. No way! We won't be able to make ends meet. Adam, what on earth were you thinking? What the hell, Shirley? I'll be home in an hour. I'll talk to you when I get home. This is important. What are you so mad about? I heard you turned down Kyle's allowance. Why would you do that? He was acting all high and mighty over his measly $10 allowance. It just got on my nerves. He's got Tim and his wife sending $3,500. And he's complaining about their allowance being low. I had enough, so I told him we don't need his allowance anymore. What are you talking about? It's Kyle who's sending $3,500. The $10 is from Tim and his wife. Huh? You're lying, right? Why would I lie about it? I can't believe you actually said we don't need it anymore. And he even said he won't be sending any more allowance from now on. He seemed really angry. What are we going to do? Don't blame me for this. You're the one who said Tim and his wife are sending $3,500, right? I know Tim turned down sending the allowance at first, but I promised Kyle that I'd make sure Tim helps us out too. Tim got pissed and agreed to send us money. Then he said he'll only send $10. I know my son-in-law is more successful, kinder, and earns more than my own son. But I just couldn't bring myself to admit it. Seriously? You don't need to lie to me. It's gotta be your fault, isn't it? I know I messed up too, but there's no need to talk to Kyle like that, is there? Why does he make so much money anyway? Didn't he explain it to you? He's a freelancer. I know that, but what does he do? He basically runs his own company. Are you serious? I didn't fully understand it at first either, but the other day, a neighbor showed me an article about him. I was really surprised. It said he's a promising young CEO. Why didn't you tell me about that? Yep, I told you about it then. Even set the record straight about the allowance. But you were stuck on the idea that Kyle, being a freelancer, couldn't possibly earn that much. Didn't take my word for it. I'm gonna apologize to Kyle right now and straighten things out, so he'll start sending the allowance again. Yeah, he's a nice guy, so he'll probably forgive you. You mentioned wanting that new bag, huh? Without allowance from him, you can't get it, right? Yeah, you're right. I've got a golf game planned next week, so I gotta figure things out before then. Kyle, I messed up. Seems like I misunderstood. You were the one who was sending us $3,500. I didn't know you run your own company. Even if you apologize now, I won't be sending any more allowances, all right? Please don't say that. I've said it countless times, haven't I? I'm not just at home doing nothing. I earn money. I even double-checked with you if it's okay to stop the allowance. But despite all that, not believing a single word I say, you even said it won't make a difference if I send money or not. Thinking I can just apologize, get forgiven, and receive the allowance again? It's really pushing it, don't you think? I understand. I'll admit it was my fault. But don't you think our daughter will be sad if you stop sending money? What are we going to do if we starve to death? Your daughter even said I don't have to send money anymore. What? I kept the money thing from my wife to avoid stressing her out. But when I finally opened up to her about it, she got even more mad than me. She said she would cut ties with you. Are you serious? Yeah. Why don't you ask her yourself? But I think you've been blocked, so probably won't get through. What? That can't be true. My wife blocked both of her parents. Dealing with her demanding parents was really tough. When she found out they were making me send them money, it was just too much. But this situation gave her the chance to finally break free from them. And honestly, I'm relieved. When my wife contacted her relatives and revealed that I had been sending her parents money, despite their overdue repayments, they got angry and said they would take appropriate action. It seems they're in for a tough time ahead, but I think they deserve it.
Chloe, do you have a minute now? I'd like to talk to you about some things. Huh? What do you want? Lately, only luxury brand clothes have been missing from my room, and I thought it was a bit strange. So I checked it out. I found out that you've been selling my clothes on an online market site without my permission. What's going on? Hey, what an accusation towards your mother-in-law. Do you have any proof that I did that? Of course I do. I checked the address on the site account I found, and it was this house. And when I looked at the items for sale from the account, they were all clothes that were missing from my room. I also saw you taking cardboard boxes to ship them out several times. Why did you do that? What? So you already found out. As expected, even you, an idiot, noticed it, didn't you? No, I noticed that my clothes have clearly decreased. Did you just go ahead and sell my clothes to make some extra money? Yes, but what are you complaining about? I have nothing but complaints. I really can't believe it. If it's your own stuff, it's okay. But stop selling other people's stuff without permission. It's not any different from being a thief. Shut up! It's all your fault that things turned out this way. Huh? What do you mean it's my fault? I don't get it. Because of you, my son Grant recently decreased my allowance. I am unemployed now, and it is a matter of life and death for me to have my son cut my allowance. I was earning my allowance by selling your clothes because you screwed me over. I mean, you got what you deserved. That's absolutely crazy. To begin with, you came to live with us last year out of the blue. We were supposed to take care of you temporarily because you had no income, and yet you don't seem to be looking for a job at all. And to be honest, it's hard to support you when we don't have enough money in the household. That's not true. It is the duty of a son and his wife to support their mother. There is no way that Grant couldn't support me. So the reason we can't afford to make a living is because you, the wife, is wasting money. I only make money by selling the lazy wife's clothes. It's no use trying to get rid of me like that. No, it's true. Even Grant said that our life is really tough while you are around, so we can't increase the allowance any more than it is now. He told me during our discussion that he honestly wants you to leave. Bullshit! That's just you who is talking. There's no way that Grant would say such a thing. It's all true. To be honest, both Grant and I are troubled by your presence. Please, it's time for you to get out of our house or at least get a job and provide for your own living expenses. Huh? Who do you think you are talking to? You are the wife and I am your mother-in-law. Do you understand who is more important? I can't do anything anymore because of your unwanted comments to Grant. So, in the first place, an adult doesn't use an allowance to go play around. We really can't afford to keep paying your living expenses any longer. If you want to play around after retirement, that's fine. But you are still young enough to work. Instead of relying on us, why don't you become independent? I'm not going to be lectured by a freeloader like you. You make fun of people saying they don't have a job, but you're the same. If you're not going to increase my allowance, I'm going to continue to sell your stuff to make money. Hey Mom, I heard you were selling Faith's stuff to make some extra money. That kind of thing really bothers her, so will you please stop it? Huh? What? Are you taking her side by any chance? I'm your mother. You're just taking orders from that mean wife of yours and bullying me because you have no choice, aren't you? You really want to be nice to me, but you can't do it in front of her, can you? Your mother knows exactly what is going on. What are you talking about, Mother? You just can't go and sell someone's personal belongings, right? And I heard they were quite expensive luxury brand clothes. Faith was quite shocked to have her favorite clothes sold behind her back. That's why I apologized on your behalf. To be honest, she would have wanted you to pay for what you sold, but this time she said she would only confiscate the proceeds. So, could you apologize to Faith and give her the proceeds? There's no way that's gonna happen. Ha! Why should I give the money back to that person? Because it wasn't your money to begin with. She says she'll forgive you with just the proceeds, so you should be grateful. Grant, you don't have to listen to that no-good wife of yours. The clothes she bought in the first place were bought with money you earned. The money I got from selling them is also your money, my son's money, and more importantly, his mother's money. More to the point, it was originally my money as well as your mother. Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. Anyway, I don't have to pay back the money to that no-good wife of yours. You should act on your own, not just obeying her. Grant, you are the head of the family. You have the right to decide everything about the household. That's not right. She's always taking care of me. She's taking care of you? You mean you're the one who takes care of her, right? Anyway, you're living with us, so you're going to have to learn how to behave properly. Otherwise, I'm really going to kick you out. What's wrong with you? Has your wife brainwashed you? Wake up for a minute. I haven't been brainwashed. Don't cause me any more trouble with Faith. We are here now thanks to her hard work. If that no-good wife of yours were gone, everything would be solved, right? Then I'll take over and do something about it. Come on, you're not listening to me at all. Don't do anything to make it worse. Just hurry up and become independent. I'd love to take care of you in your old age, but honestly, we've got our hands full with just our own lives right now. To be honest, it's a pain in the ass for you to stay with us forever. This is a very brainwashed person. Just hold on while your mother saves you. I'd do anything for my dearly beloved son. Oh, God. For God's sake, Mom, you are the one who should wake up and realize the situation. Hey, where are you right now? Where? I'm out right now. What can I do for you? Well, what is this? I see a lot of cardboard boxes. The contents of these cardboard boxes are all your stuff. I'm going to get rid of all these boxes now. If all this stuff is gone, the house will be so much nicer. Huh? Why are you doing that? Because if you leave this house, I won't have to worry about living expenses, right? I'm the only one who will need to be provided for. You're a useless wife who only wants money, so get the hell out of the house. You are getting divorced, you useless wife, a freeloader and someone who doesn't know her place in life. Thank you for packing. It saved me a lot of trouble. What? Packing? Did you mean you were going to move out of the house yourself? Yes, I was. You can take a hint once in a while, can't you? You finally realized that you are a nuisance to our family. Well then, before that, get this garbage together and get out of here. I'm leaving, but you guys better pack your bags. I'm sure you guys will have to leave that house too. Huh? What are you talking about? Of course not. Don't say crazy things just because you're frustrated that you're the only one who's getting kicked out. Are you just a sore loser at the end of the day? How pathetic. It's true. You are such a horrible person. I won't help you if you get into trouble. What? What do you mean? Actually, Grant and I just got divorced yesterday. Divorced from Grant? Seriously? That's great. I knew he would leave you because you were a bad wife, right? It seems like Grant has finally gotten over his wife's brainwashing and is now a sane person. Brainwashing? I don't really know what you're talking about. It's more like I gave up on him and confronted him with the divorce. You're talking big for a bad wife. No, you don't know why I decided to divorce him, do you? What reason is that? The reason is that Grant quit his job 6 months ago. Huh? Grant had quit his job? So you're saying he's unemployed now? Then you are freeloader and Grant is unemployed? So how can you make a living? Don't tell me you are in debt or something. I am not a freeloader. I've been using the money I earned from my novelist job to cover our usual living expenses and so on. Incidentally, I was also paying the allowance and living expenses for you, not Grant. Oh, is that so? You are always at home, so I thought you were a freeloader. Faith, if you're working, why didn't you tell me? I did, but you wouldn't believe me, calling it a lie and saying I was being vain. I'm not a very successful novelist myself, and to be honest, it was hard for me, but I was putting up with you because you were my husband's mother, and I thought it couldn't be helped. But I was running out of patience with that too. Why? Because I found out that Grant was having an affair. Also, I couldn't stand your attitude anymore, so I decided to divorce him. From here on, you'll have to work together as an unemployed parent and child. Wait a minute! My stupid son did a bad thing. From now on, I'll do whatever you say. Just don't ask me to leave. You were telling me to leave just a minute ago. What's wrong with you? You even went to the trouble of packing, didn't you? It seems I'm a distraction to both of you, so I'll leave as you wish. No! It's just that I won't forgive you now just because you've changed your mind. You will not be able to pay the rent without an income, and I'm sure you will be evicted from the house sooner or later. I suggest you to find a job as soon as possible. Hey, please! I apologize for everything I've done, but please come back home. I hate working, so please come back to the house. I can do anything but work, but I'll help you. I won't sell your clothes without your permission anymore. A small allowance is fine. There's no way I can do that. I won't go back because I don't want to see you guys ever again. So take care. Goodbye. Wait! Don't abandon us! I'll tell Grant to be well behaved, so please come back. After that, I had the movers move all of my belongings that Chloe had packed up, and I moved from the house we had been living in to my new home. At that time, Chloe desperately tried to stop me, but I ignored her and left the house. I then demanded money from Chloe for the clothes she had sold without my permission, and alimony from my ex-husband for having an affair. As a result, both my ex-husband and Chloe were in debt, and neither of them had any income. They were unable to pay the rent on the house they were living in and were evicted. Although my ex-husband was able to go to his lover's house, Chloe had nowhere to go since her ex-husband had abandoned her, and she is now living a homeless life. Her parents were furious with her and kicked her out because she had been living a deadbeat life at their home without a job. She is unable to return to her parents' house and lives at bus stops, in parks, and under the bridges.
Hey, what the hell is this? I can't believe you.
Mom? What's wrong?
Are you serious? Are you insulting me? What kind of wife are you?
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Can you please calm down first?
Wow, you don't even know what you did? I forgot how stupid you are. I'm so disappointed in you.
Please tell me what's wrong. Did I do something to offend you?
It's more than offensive. Do you think I'm an idiot or something? Or are you acting dumb on purpose? Even if you weren't, you're too stupid to have a decent conversation. I can't believe it. Why did my son get such a stupid wife? My goodness! Thank you for starting my day with such a worse feeling.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I just really don't know what are you talking about. Let me think.
You don't listen to me properly all the time, and you're so stupid. That's why you don't even know what I am talking about. Okay, whatever. I'll tell you what you did. How old do you think I am?
65 years old, right?
I'm not asking you about my actual age. You think I'm old and you look down on me. For God's sake, don't you ever prepare shit like this.
Oh, you were talking about food. You said you had a dental implant yesterday, so I thought you prefer soft foods. So I made something different. Was it bad?
Was it bad? Are you serious? You saw the food that you made with your own eyes, didn't you? I can't eat this disgusting looking food. It's nothing but harassment. How could you make such a slurpy meal?
I made it in a pressure cooker.
I didn't ask you how to make it. Don't you even understand what I'm saying? How can you think of making such a slurpy meal? I hope you understand what I mean when I ask you this. Don't make me ask you twice.
I tried to make it slurpy so you don't have to chew. Yeah, maybe it doesn't look that good, but it's not slurpy as baby food. And I think it still has some texture, but...
Baby food? How many times do you have to make fun of me? How long have you lived with me? Is it obvious when you think about it? I always have a sandwich for breakfast. After breakfast, I drink a cup of asam tea with lots of milk to start the day. And you ruined it. I can't believe you're making me feel this way in the morning. Come back here now. I'll give you a long lecture. Where the hell are you right now? Your husband works so hard and you're just hanging out somewhere? Bullying your mother-in-law and abandoning the role of a wife? You've got some nerve. I feel bad for my son.
I'm sorry, I have to attend a neighborhood association meeting. It's going to take me another half an hour or so. So I can't come back yet. I already talked to my husband about it. He said he will message you too, but haven't you heard?
No, he didn't tell me about that. Why are you asking my busy son to tell me some important stuff? How could you do that to my son? He's a busy man. Why don't you just tell me directly?
I tried to tell you yesterday, but you told me not to talk to you. I had no choice but to ask him to leave a message for you.
Wow, are you saying it's my fault? Well, I had a dental implant yesterday and I went to bed early because the anesthesia wore off and I was in pain. But then why don't you just give me the note instead of bothering my son? You really don't use your brain, don't you? It's so stressful.
I'm so sorry. I'll make you different food as soon as I get home.
No, thank you. It was terrible, but I ate it. You should be thanking me for that. You shouldn't waste food.
Thank you, Mom. Is there anything I can get for you? I'll stop by the grocery on my way home.
What? Are you going to buy food? Jesus, there's plenty of food in the house. Will you stop wasting the money that my son worked so hard for? I put up with the disgusting food you made and ate it. And you? All you do is waste money, and you lack the sense of think about how to conserve resources. You really are the queen of wasteful spending. You don't have to get me anything, so come back as soon as possible. Understood?
Yes, I understand.
Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, you are pissing me off. You're really good at insulting people.
What's wrong now? I didn't do anything.
Wow, I told you I got dental implants yesterday, didn't I? Or did you not listen to me again? How could you prepare food like this? It's so hard. There's no way I can eat it.
Oh, really? The last time I prepared something slurpy, you got mad at me, so I could what I usually do.
Last time, I did the upper front teeth. This time, I did the back teeth. Things are totally different from last time. If I eat something this hard, it will damage my teeth. What are you going to do? Or are you saying I shouldn't eat food? Why do you have to bully me like this every time? You think you can bully me because I'm old, don't you? You are the worst kind of person.
I don't mean that at all. I thought I learned a lesson from my last mistake.
Did you learn a lesson? You didn't learn anything. And why aren't you home? Where are you right now? You didn't even finish doing your chores. Your husband worked so hard and you're just hanging around? It's disgraceful.
But I did the chores already. I'm done with the laundry and cleaning.
Now you talk back to me? Who do you think you are? You're a useless wife who can't even cook decent food. Show me some respect to me. Oh my god, my blood pressure went up because of you. It's your fault. What are you gonna do about it?
I didn't talk back to you. You asked me a question and I answered.
That's called back talking. You need to remember that. You always go outside. As a duty of a housewife, you should take care of the house. I don't know where you went, but come home right now.
Well, your son invited me to have lunch with him. Actually, I'm with him, so I can go back home right this second.
Stop lying. It's still around 10 a.m. It's too early for lunch. It's so weird. I know you are doing something else.
We haven't eaten lunch yet. He forgot the important documents for the meeting, so he asked me to deliver them by 11, so I left early. Actually, I left a note on the table.
A note? I don't care about that. Well, never mind. If that's what he needs, I don't blame him. Anyways, can't you just tell me instead of writing a stupid note to me? You really don't use your brain, don't you?
I tried to talk to you earlier, but you were sleeping, so I didn't want to wake you up.
Fine. So you're telling me that it's my fault. I wasn't sleeping because I wanted to. I couldn't sleep because of tooth pain. So I just took some painkillers in the morning and went back to sleep. Do you get it now? You don't have to make me feel bad about it. Oh Lord. If you like it so much out there, you don't have to come home anymore. Why don't you go straight home to your parents? To be honest, I'd rather live apart from you. If you're going to be so selfish, maybe you should get a divorce. I'll talk to my son.
What? Divorce? You can't say stuff like that.
If you don't like it, stop having lunch and come home right now.
Okay, I'll be home soon.
Are you going out again? You never learn, do you? And where are you hanging around until this time of night? It's already dinner time. Why don't you answer me? Are you ignoring me? Hey, reply to me now. How could you do this to your mother-in-law?
I'm sorry, I'm kind of in the middle of something. I really can't talk to you right now. Can we talk later?
Of course not. Are you kidding me? Where is my dinner? It's unthinkable in my generation for a wife to not come home for dinner. I know you're going to make up some excuses, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Don't argue with me. Come home right now and make my dinner.
I've already made your dinner. It's in the fridge and you can heat it with the microwave and eat it. I made your favorite lasagna today. I put a lot of cheese in it.
Lots of cheese? Jesus, that's so unhealthy. And heat it in the microwave? You're trying to make me sick by feeding me old food? Oh Lord, I'm so scared. If I stay with a wife like you, I won't live long. I won't forgive you anymore. I've lost my patience. Don't ever come back. I'll have to tell my son to get a divorce right away. You don't even need alimony, since you're the one in the wrong.
Am I that bad?
Not just bad. You're the worst wife who ever existed in this world. Are you really a woman? You can do a single thing a woman should do to support her family at home.
I'm trying my best.
Don't make me laugh. Trying's not enough, you know? You're not even doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. So I'm not good enough.
Now you get it. How many times do I have to tell you the same thing? I can't do this anymore. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You've caused us so much trouble. You should pay us some alimony. Oh, my son already agreed to this. So, please don't take it personally. Also, there's no point in apologizing now.
I've heard from my husband too. If you don't like me that much, I don't blame you. I understand. I try my way, but I don't want to make you feel any worse. So I'm leaving. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Jesus Christ! It was really hard to take care of you. Thank God you're leaving. My son made a great decision now. That's my boy.
Are you sure you want to do this? Mom, won't you regret it? It's not too late. I'm really leaving. Are you sure?
What? What's with that attitude? Who do you think you are? Who are you talking to?
I don't mean like that. But don't you need to prepare meals, do laundry, clean the house?
There are plenty of people who are better than you. To be honest, it will be more difficult to find someone worse than you. A normal woman can do proper housework. And you can't even do that. You are a worthless woman. I would rather have a dog cook for me than you.
If you insist that much, I understand. I won't be going home today. I'm sorry for the trouble I have caused you. From now on, you can do as you please.
I'll do that. I'll send you the divorce papers later.
I'm not divorcing. I'm just leaving.
What? You say you heard from my son, right?
All I heard was to leave the house. So I'm leaving. But I'm not getting a divorce.
You don't understand simple stuff again. I thought you'd become a little more reasonable, but you're still an idiot. I pity you so much for your lack of understanding. Living separately? It's a matter of time before my son will divorce you. You know? It will end up in divorce sooner or later. So why don't you get divorced now?
Do you think so?
You can't even understand that? Oh, I'm disappointed again and again. Oh yeah, I have to call my son.
You don't have to. He already knows about it. I'm with him now.
You're letting him help you move your stuff? Wow, you're an asshole no matter what. Tell him to come back home now. He's tired from working. He doesn't need to help a useless, stupid woman like you. After the divorce, he should find a decent woman and be happy.
He won't go back home either.
Huh? Are you holding him back? Stop being so dumb. Leave him alone.
No, it was his idea. Do you remember the day I had lunch with him? The day he forgot his documents and I delivered them. That time you forced me to come back home and I did.
Of course I remember. The day you used my son as a lie and hung around outside. What does it matter?
I told him that I had to go back home and couldn't have lunch with him. He asked me why, so I showed him our conversation. Then he got very angry. He told me I don't have to go back home anymore, and he will find a new place to move soon, so I should wait.
What? Do you really think I believe that nonsense? He didn't tell me anything. If he was going to move out, he would have told me first.
I told him I'd rather tell you about it too, but he told me not to tell you because if you knew, you will go crazy. So I've kept it a secret. I'm sorry.
What? Wait a minute. Did you plan this with my son? No. No, wait. It can't be. You're lying, aren't you?
I'm not lying. I will leave that house with him. From now on, go enjoy your life alone.
Alone? I'm going to live alone? Who's gonna cook for dinner? What about cleaning? What about the laundry?
Starting tomorrow? Oh, I mean, from today on, you will have to do it on your own. I thought it would be too much to ask you to do that out of nowhere, so I prepared dinner only for tonight. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. But it's the last meal that I made for you. I made it with all my heart, so I hope you'll eat it.
Oh, really? Heart? Don't you mean poison?
No, I didn't put poison in it.
You're going to manipulate my son and take him away from me, aren't you? I didn't ask him to do this. Why he has to leave me too? I'm his mother.
He told me that he has been holding back for a long time. He said, I couldn't stand that you were being harassed by mom. We shouldn't have moved in with her in the first place. Once I defended you, she started harassing you when I'm not around. When the time she thought I wasn't around, I heard talking about you saying you're the reason why we can have kids, and you failed as a wife. But you asked me to support you to get along with mom, so kept my mouth shut for a long time. But when mom asked me to get a divorce with you, I couldn't let it pass. I can't stand being with this kind of mother anymore. To protect me, he came up with the idea of leaving you. He even told me that he would cut off ties with you if you continue to harass me. Because of him, I was able to endure all the pain and stress.
I can't believe it. Is it a dream? Am I dreaming? How did it come to this? Why does my son hate me so much?
Because you told me to leave. I did you a favor.
I did say that, but that doesn't mean you have to leave, you know? That's enough. I'll ask him directly. Of course, he's just saying that because you threatened him. Wait, I can message him. You say you were with him, right? Tell him to message me now.
Oh, you can't message him anymore. He said he blocked you earlier.
Blocked? What do you mean by blocked?
Block means stopping them from being able to contact you. It's like blocking a call on the phone.
Well, whatever. I'll just call him. What? I can call him too?
I told you he blocked you. He says he doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. He says he's blocked you from everything you can reach him.
What? That's terrible. He doesn't have to go that far. I'm his mother. My God. You guys should come home now. We should talk about it face to face, you know?
It's too late. We've moved out and we're not going back. My husband looks tired, so can I go now? He said he don't want to see you for a while, and he don't want you to contact me or come to his office or anything.
He really said that? I can't believe it. What should I do?
There's nothing you can do. Please take the time to reflect on this. I think this as karma for what you did. Talking to you makes me crazy with stress.
Hold on. How can I get you to come back? Do you want me to apologize? If I apologize, will you reconsider?
What are you apologizing for?
For being sarcastic with you. I was angry with you every time you went out.
Now you get it. So you admit that you were harassing me.
Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry, and I swear I won't do it again. So will you forgive me? Would you please convince my son to come back? Let's start over again.
I don't think we can start it over. I don't want to stress the baby in my belly.
A baby? You have a baby? Oh my God! Then that's even better. I'm going to take good care of you. A wonderful wife who's going to give me a grandbaby to cherish. I'm so excited to have a grandchild. But why didn't you tell me until now?
I didn't tell you because I knew if anything happened to me before I was in the stable period, you'd say a lot of things about me again. Your sarcasm was stressful for me. It would be terrible if anything bad happened to the baby.
How many months are you?
Almost 5 months.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to take good care of it.
I'll take good care of it. That's why I left home.
I'll take care of the baby once the baby is born. Okay? You can take it easy. I'll take good care of you from now on, for all the pain I've caused you until now.
No, thank you. Even after the baby is born, I won't ever ask for help from you.
Why not? He's my grandchild, you know?
I want to raise my child in a relaxed environment without you. If I needed help, I will ask my own mom. So, you don't have to worry about it. To be honest, your presence is really annoying.
I told you I'm sorry. Why can't you forgive me? I'll get down on my knees or whatever. Please forgive me. Come back home. I beg you.
I will never forgive you. I'll never see you again.
Don't say such terrible things. I don't want to be alone. I finally have a grandchild and you won't even let me hold the baby?
I'm sorry it took so long.
That's not what I meant. Oh no, please don't get me wrong. I'm sorry I made you feel bad. But that wasn't sarcasm.
I'm going to block you too, because you're making me crazy. Oh, and be careful that he doesn't cut you off.
Please wait. I'm begging you. Please, please.
After my husband saw the last conversation that I had with Mom, he got furious and decided to cut off ties with her. Since then, we never saw her ever again. I guess it made her devastated about cutting off ties. She never came to my husband's office or tried to contact us. Rumor has it that she got old all at once due to the stress and now she looked completely different person. A few months after, I gave birth to a beautiful healthy baby boy. With my husband and my cutest son, I'm enjoying a happy life.
I've got some disappointing news for you, Zoe. Your wedding and your fiancé are now mine. How embarrassing for you to have your aunt steal a man away from you. You must be crying and lamenting right about now. Aw, how pitiful. Aunt Jessie, you're taking jokes too far on the eve of my wedding. Such provocative jests might keep me up all night, which might affect me on my big day tomorrow. It'd be quite troublesome, so will you stop it? It's not a joke. You'll be so frustrated that you won't be able to stop grinding your teeth. Your wedding is called off, so it's okay if you oversleep. Please, stop it. You're going to attend tomorrow in place of my mother in heaven, aren't you? I have absolutely no intention of doing so. Bruno and I are the same age and our chemistry is perfect. What? We work in the same department, so we naturally got drawn to each other. Last night was so much fun too. We were totally into it. Doing it right before the wedding felt so scandalous yet so exciting that he was totally turned on. Wait, are you actually serious about this? Obviously, you were just setting the stage for us. I guess it's not easy to accept such a cruel reality right away, huh? I can't believe it. By the way, I didn't seduce him. He chose me over you. He said he likes my sophisticated, immature vibes. Oh no, I must be dreaming. I wish I could wake up from this nightmare soon. I think your eyes are wide awake. You're the only one who thinks of me as a mother figure. Your late mom and I were 14 years apart, but you and I are only 6. I know, but I never knew you weren't on the same page as me. Anyway, I can't believe it. Bruno would never betray me. Especially not like this, on the eve of my wedding. It feels like a bad dream. You still have such a blissfully naive mind. Huh? Because you were adored and doted upon growing up, you don't know how to doubt others. Even Bruno laughed at how easy it was to fool you. Poor sheltered heiress, really? No way. Since when? When did this start? Have you already consummated your relationship? Consummate? Which era do you live in? We've been lovey-dovey for about 3 months now. He's head over heels for me. Before you get married to him, we exchanged marital bonds as a couple. I didn't notice at all. I'm really shocked. Your optimistic way of thinking actually saved me. I still can't believe it. I need to confirm with him. You can't reach him. Why not? Because he changed his number today. What? We exchanged messages last night. That was just to deceive you. You fell for it completely. Such a moron. There's no way he would do such a thing. Oh, this is weird. What's wrong? His icon is empty on WhatsApp. See? I told you. He didn't want you to contact him, so he changed his phone number. But what should I do on such short notice? Tomorrow's the wedding. It'll cause trouble for the venue if the bride changes. Don't worry about that. I've already informed them. What about the guests? It'll be confusing if the bride is different. That's also taken care of. You didn't send out the invitations yourself, did you? Well, no. Bruno said he would handle it, so I left it to him. How do you know about that? You might have thought you left it to him, but in reality, I sent them out. My relatives and friends received invitations for the wedding of Bruno and me. There's no problem at all. OMG, what have you done? I need to tell my father urgently. There's no need for that. He already knows. Really? He was vehemently against you marrying Bruno, right? Yes. But then he suddenly gave his permission. Didn't you think it was strange? Well, I guess not, huh? Your head sounds to be in the clouds. I thought he finally understood. Of course not. See, you're really a ditzy blonde. I heard you even said that you would elope if he didn't approve. Yes, that was my intention. I love him that much. Love him, huh? And yet he chose me. You must be devastated for being dumped. You were the only one in the entire world who thought you were getting married to him. Your father was troubled when he heard you were going to elope, so I planned the whole thing to make you give up on the marriage. Why did you come up with such a cruel plan? Because I hate you. Do you? This is the first time I've ever heard you say that. That's because it's the first time I've said it since you were born. It's liberating. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Since we're at it, let me say more. I hate you. Hate you. Really, really, really hate you. I'm quite shocked. Really? Good. Let it get you even more down. Why do you keep saying nasty things to me? You know, We both work at your father's company, but the treatment we get is totally different. You're a crushy secretary, and I'm stuck in the plain old general affairs department just because I'm his sister-in-law. You've got it all wrong. Being a secretary isn't easy. Besides, you requested to be in the GA, didn't you? No excuses. Well, it's true that I was transferred to GA because I was aiming for Bruno, but how could your father just leave me there for all this time? I remember that was your wish too. Was it? I don't recall wishing for that. I would think someone as beautiful and capable as me should be in a better position. By the way, I had my eye on Bruno first, but then you came out of nowhere and messed things up for me. I didn't mess anything up, and you're accusing me for the wrong reason. You didn't have to resort to such a cruel revenge. I want to throw you down to the depths of despair. I decided to expose everything on the eve of your wedding to give you the biggest shock. It's a great success, and it feels amazing. You're despicable. Let me tell you something good. Bruno wasn't interested in you, but he was after your money. No way. That can't be true. It's an undeniable fact. I'm in a state of shock right now. I can't even get up. It's like I'm trapped in a nightmare. I'm getting dizzy. Just stay in bed and cry your eyes out. I'll send you the wedding photos tomorrow, so look forward to it. Please don't. I won't be able to recover from it. Oh yeah? Whatever happens to you doesn't matter to me at all. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. The ceremony was amazing. The clear sky seemed to be blessing us, right? Now it's time for the reception. Here, I'll share our happiness with you too. The table flowers I picked out. Please stop sending me pictures like this. Sorry, it was taken as a celebration of our fruit of love. What's the fruit of love? It's our baby. It's due next year, so I'll send you a picture. Oh my god. Double shock. Oh my, it sounds like I gave you a good body blow. I wonder if you've taken so much damage that you can't get up anymore. How far along are you? 3.5 months. I haven't had morning sickness and my belly hasn't grown yet, so I was able to wear my dress beautifully. 3.5 months. That's right after Bruno proposed to me. I know, he told me. He's been deceiving you ever since. Oh dear God. On the day of an office party, we became involved in a passionate relationship. I see. Right around that time, your father was troubled about your engagement. When I told him I wanted to marry Bruno, he said he couldn't assist, but I could do as I pleased. What on earth? You could say I'm the savior. Thanks to me, everything fell into place perfectly. If so, there was no need for me to prepare for the wedding in the first place, right? I thought I could be with Bruno, so I carefully chose the venue, flowers, and dress, one by one. But in reality, you were having me prepare for your wedding, weren't you? You're realizing that just now? Oh, I see. You were too shocked to think about it yesterday. You know, I really hate dealing with complicated things. You know that about me too, don't you? I'm aware. Still, letting me know on the day before the wedding is just cruel. Well, like I said, I wanted to push you into the depths of hell. And besides, I had to go this far to make you give up. Isn't that right? It seemed you were quite serious about eloping. I just created a situation where you had to give up. Well, it turned out to be a shotgun wedding. Thanks to the baby, I made sure your relationship with Bruno was irreparable. Isn't it great? It's too much to make me go through this painful experience. That's hilarious. The taste of others' misfortune is truly sweet, you know. Your suffering is the best wedding gift. Why would you say such things? I might end up resenting you. Go right ahead. Feel free to resent me as much as you want. I can't get enough of your jealousy. The more you suffer, the happier I become. Aunt Jessie, you're so cruel. Really? I'm just normal. Today's the best day of my life. If you have more to say, go ahead. There's still time until the reception, so keep writing. I'm going to hit back at all of them and thoroughly break you down. That's enough. Aw, are you hurting too much? I can't help but laugh. Crawl into the depths of hell to your heart's content. You must have done something. I haven't been able to contact Bruno since this morning. Did he run away? Run away? Why would he? I filed a lawsuit against him for marriage fraud. What the heck are you talking about? He deceived me by saying we were getting married, which is a clear case of fraud. I've consulted the appropriate authorities about it. Don't pull such a dirty trick! Also, I've requested reimbursement for the wedding expenses. No way! I wasn't told there would be any expenses. It was you and Bruno's wedding, so isn't it obvious that you two cover the costs? I never agreed to that. You've already paid, haven't you? I just fronted $100,000. What? Seriously? You spent that much? You had the staff work twice as hard to take over the wedding. And you even had my dress altered to fit your size, which apparently added to the expenses. That's true, but I didn't expect to be billed for it. Why wouldn't you? It's quite obvious if you think about it for a moment, and... Is there something more? I've also demanded compensation from Bruno. Huh? Compensation for what? You two weren't even married. Even if we hadn't formalized the marriage, I was engaged, so the breach of marriage promise is still applicable in our state. If you think I'm lying, please, look into it. Hello, why are you quiet? You didn't run away, did you? I was Googling. How much are you planning to demand? $20,000. That sounds way too much. You're trying to overcharge him. There's no such thing as overcharging for damages. It depends on the skill of the lawyer. So he ran away. I can't believe that guy. I'll definitely find him. You don't need to worry about that. He'll be found soon. Did you use your father's influence? No, he kept the Google account sharing settings as they were, so I could easily know his whereabouts. I'm tracking his real-time location accurately. What a moron! Indeed. Oh, by the way, about the reason he joined the company a year ago. Reason? He simply changed jobs, didn't he? He had committed marriage fraud, swindling a wealthy woman in his previous job. So he couldn't stay at the company and changed jobs. What? Really? How do you know all that? I had a private detective look into it. You're dreadful. Just normal. I think he was after your money as well as mine. Did you lend him any? No, never, but last night after we had dinner at a restaurant, he said he forgot to withdraw cash. He asked me to lend him my credit card, and I gave it to him. Oh, that doesn't sound good. You'd better check right away. Really? Let me check on my phone. Oh, darn it! What? The full credit limit has been withdrawn. What should I do? Oh no, my wallet is missing. My ATM card. That bastard. Don't tell me this one too. You'd better check that too right away. No way. It's over for me. All the money in the account has been withdrawn. I'm very sorry to hear. How much was in your account? $800. You didn't miscount the number of 0, did you? No mistake. I have no savings and only the remaining $800 for my salary was in there. Aunt Jessie, you've been working all your life, right? What do you do with your salary every month? Well, I can't resist buying designer items when I see them. I just buy them right away. That's how my charm as a rich and beautiful person shines, so it's fine. I see. That's why you wear so many brand name things. You seem to have no interest in luxury brands even though you're rich. Well, I prioritize functionality. Could it be that Bruno switched to you after seeing your appearance? Huh? So when he said he liked the sophisticated and mature vibe, was he referring to wanting someone wealthy because they're better targets for fraud? I believe so. If he realized you're not rich, he won't come back, you know. Hey, check his location right now. Go there right now and get all my money back. There's a bag I really want. It's a unique piece. I want to get it today. I don't want to give it to anyone. Okay. You thought I'd just obey you, Jessica? You're 36 and talking about a bag at a time like this? Are you kidding me? You idiot who can't even control your own desires.
Zoe, you sound like a different person. You usually talk like a lady, right? What happened? You're suddenly bitchy.
I'm just as I am. I've had to become strong because of you since I was a kid. You've never grown up, you fool. Listen to me now. For the sake of the baby that's about to be born, you better get your life together.
Since you were a kid, you sound like my sister. No way. It can't be. You can't fool me.
I'm Pat, your big sister. I hate people who live half-heartedly. You know that, don't you?
Is this really she from the afterlife?
You're slow to realize because you're so despicable. I came back.
I don't know what to say. How's it possible for you to come back?
Children are the treasures of the parents, you know. I want to raise Zoe with my own hands, but I couldn't do it. I left this world reluctantly. Do you understand how I feel? I've watched everything, including the way you've been mistreating her. I've refrained from interfering as a spirit from the afterlife, but for once, I'm losing my patience.
I'm really sorry, Pat.
You better realize that you must be a good parent by the time the baby is born.
But listen, I'm not going to raise a child.
God, Jessica, come on.
I'm not. I'm not pregnant.
Huh?
I lied about it because I was desperate to take Bruno away from Zoe. If I didn't, I thought they might elope, and it would be too late.
You got to be kidding me. Shall I give you good spankings?
I'm sorry, Pat. What should I do from now on?
Figure it out for yourself. You're going to discuss it with that idiot Bruno. And no more unnecessary shopping. Work hard and pay back Zoe. Do you understand? What's your answer?
Yes, I understand.
Oh no, what happened to me? I was out of it for a while.
Well, thank God you're back. You really don't remember? Are you sure you're not pretending? Pretending to be an innocent lady while secretly hiding acting talents, perhaps?
What are you talking about?
Your mom possessed you and was sending me messages.
My mother?
She scolded me. She's still as intimidating as ever.
Oh my. Surely there are messages that I don't remember sending. This intensity, it brings back memories. Oh, Mother, I want to see you too.
Well, we didn't actually see each other. Zoe, you're so blessed. It's unfair. Your father pays all your living expenses.
I think you got it all wrong. I work hard from morning till night to make ends meet.
But working as a secretary seems like mere play,
Not at all. From managing schedules and setting appointments to creating documents, I'm busy from morning to night. I hardly have time for a break, let alone to enjoy a coffee.
I thought you had an easy job. I have a little favor to ask. Can you give in just a tiny bit? I mean, the $100,000 for the wedding? There's no way I can afford that. Please, just a little bit.
I'm getting really angry now. I've read it in books before, but experiencing this trembling of frustration for the first time? Right, I understand quite well now.
What do you mean?
Continuing to be in your comfort zone isn't good for you. That's what I mean. You should experience how tough it is out there.
You don't have the kind of authority to say that, do you?
Yes, I do. I've been in charge of personnel since last month. I know you've been forcing your subordinates to do your work and leaving early without permission.
What?
I've occasionally observed your work performance. At first, I thought you were assigning tasks for educational purposes, but recently it seems to have gone too far.
It's just a coincidence when you were there. I'm usually quite busy. Well, it's not like I don't even have time for a coffee, but you might see it as being less busy compared to you as a secretary.
Is that right? I received reports from the department chief as well. You'll be asked to leave immediately. This is not a discussion, but a decision.
Oh no! Where am I supposed to go? Can't you spare me just this?
No. This decision is final, so please start looking for a new job as soon as possible.
I've been left by Bruno too. I don't know what I'm going to do now. If I get fired, I won't be able to pay you back either.
Please, look for another job.
No! Please, don't fire me!
That's enough. You're not in a position to ask me for favors.
I'm in trouble. I'm really in trouble. Am I dreaming? I'm getting dizzy.
It's just like me on the eve of the wedding, but there's no time for you to stay in bed. You'll be contacted by my lawyer soon for the claims. I won't give up a single cent for wedding expenses. Please find a new job and pay up.
Please, don't do this. I beg you to retract my dismissal.
You're only thinking about yourself to the end. Don't you feel any remorse towards me?
If I apologize, will you forgive me? Will you waive the wedding expenses? If so, I'll apologize.
Both are a firm no. I hope you crawl into the depths of hell and change your ways. Bruno was quickly found and ended up in prison for his second marriage fraud. I made sure that he and Aunt Jessie agreed to pay the wedding expenses and compensation in installments. After she was removed from my father's company, she's working as a public toilet cleaner. It would be great if she could clean her mind as well while polishing those toilets every day.
Hey, why are you here? You weren't invited. Susan, I'm his daughter. I'm supposed to attend my father's funeral. No, I don't care if you're his daughter. You don't visit your parents' house at all. You never come home for New Year's holidays, Thanksgiving, or any other long vacations. Are you really his daughter? It's true that my father and I were estranged. It's true that I hardly ever visit my parents. We live far away from each other, but I'm still his daughter. And it's not that I don't visit because it's too much trouble. It is true that I didn't intend to visit. My father didn't seem to like me very much. I thought he wouldn't be happy if I came home, so I made it a point to see my mother outside the house. That's why I didn't go to my parents' house. Still, I had opportunities to see my father at weddings and funerals of relatives, and of course we talked. So it's not like I didn't see him at all. Don't just keep quibbling! I just told you the facts. That's what I call quibbling. Just on an occasion like this, you're saying you're his daughter and you're sitting there at the wake? You're being so imprudent. Well, even though things hadn't been going so well with my father lately, but it's true that he's taken care of me. So please let me at least attend his wake and funeral. I don't mean to stay very long. No, I won't let you. Why should you tell me that much? I think I have the right to attend as his daughter. You're just saying that. You really don't care about the wake and funeral, do you? Huh? How can I not care? I know what you want. What do you mean? I just want to see it through to the end with him. That's what I want. If you think I'm going to back down if you say so, you're mistaken. I won't be fooled. Oh, you think I don't know, but I know what you're up to. What you really want is your father's inheritance. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a wake being held today to remember my father. Talking about his inheritance at a time like this, don't you feel sorry for him? You talk the talk, but you don't actually mean that. You're a middle school graduate, aren't you? Yes, but what does that have to do with anything now? It has a lot to do with it. You are a middle school graduate. You probably don't work for a decent company, right? That means you're in financial trouble. You hadn't come home for a long time. The fact that you're suddenly coming home for a wake is obviously for his inheritance. Susan, you're going too far. Stop making fun of me just because I'm a middle school graduate. It's not that I'm in need of money. I'm not even thinking of receiving his inheritance. What? You're kidding. You are his daughter, so you should be entitled to his inheritance. It's a lie to say that you don't think about receiving it. I don't care what you think, but could you please stop bugging me? What? I'm bugging you? The wake isn't over yet. Even though my brother is taking care of it, I want to help him too. I don't have much time to text you. Huh? Don't get cocky. You're already here today, but I won't allow you to attend the funeral tomorrow. Even if you don't approve, I'll still attend tomorrow. What are you saying? I said no. If I don't attend, My brother and relatives will be surprised and look for me. Then go home right after the funeral tomorrow, okay? Okay, that's what I was going to do. Now if you'll excuse me. I can't believe you really tried to attend the funeral. How dare you? I'm glad I brought water just in case. You're soaking wet. I love it. Susan, why did you do this? You suddenly poured a huge bucket of water on me and said you have no inheritance? I don't need his inheritance. I told you clearly yesterday. I can't believe it. You're a middle school graduate. What kind of idiot would say that? Of course it's a lie. Susan, please stop it. It doesn't matter if I'm a middle school graduate now. I told you it does. It's obvious to me that you're a middle school graduate and you're after his inheritance. Don't attend his funeral if you're a poor person looking for your inheritance. There's no money to give you. Okay, cool. Huh? I'm sorry, I've been overseas for so long. Huh? You've been overseas? That can't be true. Don't make that up. I'm just telling you the truth. You are against me attending my father's funeral, right? Of course. I will never allow you to sit with the relatives. Your father won't be happy to see you soaking wet and dirty. So get the hell out of here. If you insist, I will leave. You'll regret what you did to me. Huh? Give me a break. What can you do to me? I'll never regret this. See ya.
Janet, where are you now?
Oh, Bob. Sorry you had to call me so many times. I came back to the hotel and lay down to watch TV. I fell asleep before I knew it. What's going on?
You came all the way back from overseas for Dad's funeral. I'm so sorry. After the funeral started, I noticed you weren't there. I thought it was strange, but I asked my wife who was standing next to me. She told me that just before the funeral started, you suddenly collapsed, and they called the ambulance. I was told that you had been very sick since yesterday. I totally believed her. After the cremation was over, I took a break and was about to ask my wife about you. But before that, my relative came to me and asked me if I didn't know anything about it. I asked him what he was talking about. He said, I can't believe that your wife poured a bucket of water on you. Not only that, she said, your father won't be happy to see you soaking wet, and you are not qualified to sit in the family section. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. No worries.
But I was at the funeral.
You were busy taking care of the funeral. I'm grateful to you for that. But if she is always like that, I'm more worried about you.
Not that she's always like that, but I can't forgive her for this. Why did she pour water on you?
Oh yes, there's something she said that's been bothering me.
What?
She made fun of me being a middle school graduate and that I'm poor. She says, you're just after your father's inheritance, aren't you?
Huh? You're not after his inheritance.
Yeah, I denied it many times, but she wouldn't listen to me at all. I thought I should tell you just in case. I am not eligible for his inheritance in the first place. I tried to tell her that too, but she wouldn't listen to me at all. In the end, she just poured water on me.
I'm really sorry.
It's not something you should apologize for. I'm going to stay at a hotel today. I've come all the way back to the US, so I'm going to relax from now and go back tomorrow.
Then how about going for dinner together? I'll treat you as an apology.
Don't worry. You've got relatives over and Susan being excited. I'm sorry you have to deal with that, but...
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry about what happened.
No problem. See you later. Oh yeah, I'll be back here for his memorial service. I expect an assignment in the US around that time.
Well, that's great. Maybe we can have dinner then. I have something I want you to hear.
Yeah, okay.
I'll call you when the date gets closer.
You really haven't learned your lesson, have you? You got kicked out of the funeral and now you're back here? You've got some nerve. What on earth are you doing here? You know why I'm here, don't you? I'm here for the memorial service. See? I was right after all. Huh? You knew that after the memorial service, we would discuss the inheritance today. You came here for the inheritance, didn't you? Again? Give me a break. Don't worry. I will go back as soon as the memorial service is over. I have an appointment with a client in the US. Huh? An American client? I started my own business and am now living in the UK. What? That's a lie? There's no way a junior high school graduate can do that. I don't think you should outright deny it just because I'm a middle school graduate. With judgment like that, you won't have anyone around you. Shut up! Don't lecture me. So you really don't want your inheritance? Well, I don't have the right to inherit anything, do I? What? Is that so? You heard that my brother and I are not related by blood, right? Yes, I know that, but... I am my mother's stepchild, and my brother is my father's stepchild. When they got married, we were both already adults. We weren't adopted. This means that since my father and I are not related by blood, I have no inheritance rights. Oh no! Then what am I for? That's my line. Just as I cannot inherit this time, if my mother dies, my brother can't inherit. I didn't know that you're the president of this company and that you're living in the UK. Well, that's understandable. We met for the first time at my father's funeral. I didn't expect to get water splashed on me by someone I've known for 2 days. I really didn't know anything. Well, since you don't know, I'll tell you. Thankfully, my company is doing well, and I didn't really mean to tell you this, but I make almost 10 times as much as my brother, so money is not a problem for me. So please don't ever say again that I'm after his inheritance or any such nonsense. To tell you the truth, I feel offended. 10 times as much? That's... I'm sorry for all the rude things I said. The memorial service is about to start, if you'll excuse me. Janet, please, answer the phone. Where are you now? Is it you again? What is it this time? I'm on the train right now, so I can't answer your call. Where's the train headed? I need you to come over here right now. He got me wrong, and I want you to clear up any misunderstandings. You're selfish as always. I'm on my way to the airport right now. I don't have time as I take a 7 o'clock flight to UK today. Please, can you please move it to tomorrow? This is serious. There's no way I can do that. I have a lot of work to do over there. I've got people waiting for me, so I can't. I'm not following you. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. My husband is divorcing me. Oh, well, you deserve it, don't you? My brother was shocked to hear that you doused me with water and told me that I was after his inheritance. I knew it was you who said something. What are you going to do about it? I just had dinner with my brother yesterday. He asked me how it happened and I told him the truth. And I like my brother. I couldn't stand the thought of him being deceived by someone like you. What do you mean by deceiving him? In fact, my brother didn't know about who you really are. So it was like he was being deceived, wasn't it? I'm getting divorced over something that small? If you think that way, I think you deserve a divorce. Wouldn't you be offended if I suddenly threw water on your parents or siblings and swore? It's the same thing. But a divorce is just too much. Susan, I know you think he doesn't know. That's not the only reason my brother wants a divorce. What? You're cheating on him. And the guy you're having an affair with is good looking, 10 years younger than you. How did you know? My brother happened to see you two together walking arm in arm. He said that he had asked for an investigation into the affair. You are cheating and the guy is not even working. They even found out that you support him financially. That's absurd! That's why you are obsessed with our father's inheritance. You are desperate to pay off the debt for your boyfriend. No, that's not true. You can't cover it up. There's plenty of evidence. My brother hired a lawyer. He said he would demand compensation and the money you spent. Oh no! Does that mean I'm getting a divorce after all? Yes. At first, he was willing to forgive the affair if you promised not to do it again. Just when he was going to talk to you about it, my father passed away. Not only did you cheat on him, but he also behaved unbelievably towards me, his own family member. He said he was fed up with you. His own family member? You guys aren't related by blood, right? So what? Is blood connection that important? We consider ourselves a family even if we are not blood related. I don't want you to say anything about it. If he is divorcing me, I'll get his inheritance before that. That's impossible. What? Even my husband said I won't get my share of the inheritance. What the hell does that mean? I think it's because you are not legally allowed to get your spouse's parents' inheritance. Huh? Is that so? Yes, so please give up. I mean, you're getting divorced because of your affair, and yet you try to get his inheritance? What nerve! I despise you as a human being. Huh? Why do I have to hear such things? I don't have any money, so there's nothing else I can do. I'm just telling you the truth. Besides, you've been terrible to me. I deserve to say that. Well, I'll be getting to the airport soon, so if you'll excuse me. I'm sure I won't see you again. Take care. Bye. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? I didn't expect him to find out about my affair. If you make 10 times as much as him, then lend me some money. Please. Now that we've got to know each other, you can help me. Hey, are you listening to me? Please, help me. I blocked Susan's contacts. I then introduced my brother to a lawyer I know in the US. He divorced her. He was able to claim alimony and the money that had been spent as she wished. At first, Susan seemed to be complaining, but she realized that the lawyer was good, and she signed the papers in tears. The house they were living in was rental, so they canceled the lease. My brother quickly moved out. She had no money, so she tried to ask her boyfriend for help, but he simply left her because he was just fooling around and she had no money. I don't know how she's doing now, but I'm sure that she is living in extreme poverty because of debts and payments. I enjoy my job very much. I am now in a relationship with a British man whom I met through my work. He says he wants to grow my business with me in the future. We will probably have a wedding in the UK in the near future. I plan to invite my brother and mother, whom I love very much, to the wedding.
Five rules in our marriage. 1. The wife must cook and serve at least 5 dishes every meal to the husband. 2. The wife must take responsibility for all the housework. 3. Living expenses should not exceed $800 per month. 4. The wife should not speak to the husband. 5. Don't waste any money on unnecessary expenses. That's all. Now, recite it back to me. Huh? What are you talking about? Can't you read? It's a rule. 5 rules you must follow in our marriage. You should memorize it all. What? Why? Why? It's obvious. Are you kidding? You're married to me. From now on, you obey me. This is impossible. Impossible to do what? The wife should not speak to the husband. Why? A wife should just shut up and listen to her husband. I don't want to do that. I want to talk a lot with you. A wife should avoid disturbing a husband who is tired from work. That's what a wife is supposed to do. If you talk to me when I'm tired or when I'm concentrating, it disturbs me.
How about I will not talk to you only when you are feeling that way? We are newlyweds, Michael.
Whatever. Fine. Disregard the rule number 4 now.
And $800 a month for living expenses. Is that for only food budget?
No, it's for all the living expenses.
All the living expenses?
Yeah, all the bills like utilities and groceries. Everything. I will take care of the rent because I am a nice husband. You're gonna be a housewife. You're gonna have to do this for me.
That's impossible. Just for utilities and phone, it'll cost half of the budget.
Then you must be spending too much. You don't have any management skills.
No, it's not. I make sure that I turn off the lights when I'm not using it. I'm careful not to use too much detergent and tissues. How am I gonna buy food and stuff that we need?
That's because you don't think about what you can do on a budget. If you can't manage it, cancel your cell phone plan or get a cheaper one.
I can't cancel it. How am I gonna communicate with you? Also, I'm already on the cheapest plan. And if you want me to cook 5 dishes every meal, I can't afford to buy meat or fish. I might end up cooking only vegetables.
No, you have to put both meat and fish in every meal.
What? Both? With a low budget like this?
Of course. Don't be lazy.
That's impossible.
Don't say it's impossible before you've even tried.
I'm sorry, but this is impossible no matter how you look at it.
You won't know until you try. I mean, it's what a housewife is supposed to do. Think and do something even if it seems impossible. You're in charge of the housework, so you take full responsibility for it. You should make ends meet and keep it to $800.
But even when I lived on my own, I spent more than $800 for utilities, food, etc. Michael, can we increase our budget?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I told you $800 isn't enough even if you are living alone.
Then, how much can you do?
We should add $1,000.
Do you mean $1,800 a month? That's too much. That's more than double what I said.
We need that much, and I will use the money wisely. I'll save what's left.
No, you don't have to do that. I will do it. You're so incompetent that you can't do it on the budget that I told you. I'm disappointed that you're a woman who's incapable of being a wife.
What?
Then I'll give you another $200 and you can do something about it.
Only $200? How are we gonna make ends meet with this? I need at least $1,000 more.
Are you serious? It should be enough.
Please, make it $1,100 at least.
Okay, whatever. I will give you $1,100 per month. I won't forgive you if you don't follow all the rules.
I'm Angela and I'm 35 years old. I just got married to Michael recently. I've been dreaming about a happy newlywed life with my husband, but out of nowhere, my husband made a rule and it shocked me. I was forced to follow the 5 crazy rules and I was anxious about how our marriage would turn out. Michael was my boss at work, a man I admired for his quick decision-making and high work ability. I felt safe whenever I was with him before. When he proposed to me, I said yes immediately and got married soon after. But did I choose the right person to spend my life with? Sometimes I question myself. But I always end up thinking it's all my fault, and if I tried harder, he would love me back. A year later, we had our first child. Since we have a daughter now, can we raise our living expenses a little more?
What the hell? You're not very good at making ends meet. Do you always go to cheaper supermarkets? Are you buying the cheapest thing? You always buy on sale stuff, but you can't even save money? You really are a useless wife.
Don't say that. All this time, I've been trying to save money. Now that we have a baby, we need more budget.
A baby only drinks milk. How can we need more money?
I need money for milk and diapers.
Why don't you just use cloth diapers instead of disposable diapers?
I use clothes too, but I have to do laundry for that, so I have to use detergent. In the end, the water bill is gonna go up.
Blah, blah, blah. You always make excuses. You're really stupid, you know. You must have left your brain somewhere.
You don't have to say it like that. We are raising a child, so it's only natural that we'll have to pay for more things.
I don't think so. It's all your fault. I've given you $1,100 so far, and you keep saying it's not enough money. You can't solve problems on your own.
I mean, there are so many things that we need to pay for and buy now. When I don't have enough money, I use my own personal savings or my parents support me. I have no choice but to buy Lucy's milk or diapers. There's no way to save any more money. I'd feel bad if my little girl went hungry.
I'm telling you to spend less money on yourself, not on Lucy. Here we go again. You use our daughter as an excuse. You're a real jerk. Just like before, figure things out on your own.
But we have a child now. I can't do this.
I mean, I've spent a lot of money on the birth and all the preparations. I paid over $1,000 for a crib and a stroller.
We don't have a choice.
After you gave birth, you became so lazy. You don't clean the house properly, and you always cook frozen food.
I am doing my best, Michael. I'm still in a lot of pain.
You promised to take responsibility for the housework. Did you forget about the 5 rules? Rule number 2, the wife must take responsibility for all the housework. Don't tell me you forgot that.
I didn't forget that.
Also, I noticed you don't serve meat or fish dishes these days. Fix that.
Understood. I'm sorry. But please, I just need a little more money.
How much?
At least $500 more.
What? You're asking me that much?
I'm really short. Please.
Then I'll give you $100 more. I'm doing this for you, you useless wife. You should be grateful.
Only $100?
Only? Do you know how hard it is to make $100? While you are sitting at home, I'm out there working my ass off for you.
I understand. I'm sorry.
From now on, you have to show me the spending report.
Why?
I have to check if you're wasting money or not.
But I'm always showing you the account book. And do you still want me to prepare something on top of that?
As for the account books are only for income and expenses. You're supposed to analyze it and write down how you're gonna budget all the money.
What? I'm your wife, not your accountant. We are not in company, Michael.
Managing a company and a family is the same. Both have to set a budget and manage it.
Maybe that is true, but I don't want to do it like a company. Besides, I don't have time to prepare such reports.
You always complain about everything, you know. You want more money to live on, right? That's the least you can do.
Fine, I will prepare a report for you. And maybe sometimes you could help me change the diaper or feed her.
Me? You're responsible for all the housework, right?
Is childcare a chore?
Of course it is. It's your job.
But I can't sleep these days because of her. Just a little bit, please.
I'm tired from work. Don't ask me to spoil you. I'm putting up with a scumbag wife like you. You are a wife, Angela. You should be thanking me and take responsibility for all the housework and childcare.
I understand. I will do my best. Hey, about the other day, I heard you said some pretty horrible things in front of my brother. It was really shocking for me.
Terrible things? What are you talking about?
You told him that I'm a terrible, bad wife, and you'd rather get a divorce than spend the rest of your life with me.
What? You mean that barbecue party we had with your family?
Yeah, my sister messaged me earlier. I thought you and my brother were having fun. I didn't know you were talking shit about me like that.
I just tried to lift up the vibe at the party, you know. I was just making some jokes about you and trying to make him laugh. That's how I do, and you know that. Well, it's true that you're a terrible, bad wife, though. Even your brother laughed and we had a great time.
My sister said he was laughing because he didn't know what to say. It's terrible. You can't talk like that in front of my family.
I didn't tell the joke to your parents or sister. First of all, it's man-to-man talk. You can't tell me what I can say or what I can't say.
No, it's not really okay.
You just messaged me to talk about this stupid thing.
Stupid thing?
I'm at work. You don't have to start an argument with a stupid thing like this.
It's your lunchtime, right?
Yes, it is.
Then why can't we talk about it now? You're not working.
I'm just saying you should not message me while I'm at work. You know, I work all day, every day, and when I get home, I'm tired of dealing with my useless wife. I just want to relax during my lunch break.
I don't even have time to take a break in the house, Michael.
So what? You're a housewife. It's normal.
Let's get a divorce.
What?
I can't deal with you anymore. Divorce me. Please bring back my freedom.
What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you insane? You must have lost your brain somewhere. Are you okay?
Here we go again. I'm tired of living like this.
Huh? What do you mean? Sure, I don't care if you want to get a divorce. I think it's better for me too. I'm sick and tired of having to take care of a brainless wife like you.
That's my line. I'm sick of taking care of you. I always questioned my life, but after you treated me like this for a long time, I became numb. But when my sister told me, if the husband doesn't see the wife as a human being, then it's time for a divorce, it woke me up.
What the hell is that?
You're always sarcastic, look down on me, and we are barely making ends meet. You get angry easily when I try to talk to you. You throw away the food I made if you don't like it. and you don't take care of the baby at all. Do you think you're treating me as a human being? At least I know you're not a monkey or a raccoon, right? Or were you a frog or a worm? Maybe your brain capacity is the same as a frog's. That's what I don't like about you. Stop it already. All right. I'll divorce you. You can do whatever you want. But since you leave me, I'm taking alimony from you. What? Alimony from me? Why should I pay alimony to you? Of course you should. I'm not having an affair. I'm doing my job and fulfilling my duties as a husband. And yet, you, a lousy wife, have the nerve to ask me for a divorce. You are the wrong one. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, this house is mine, so you should leave. Get it? Fine, I'll leave. I'll take Lucy with me, and I'll never give you the custody. Suit yourself. It's annoying for me to take care of that kid. Go ahead, take custody. Are you really a father? Yeah, that's why I've given you money until now. The role of a father is not just giving money. Shut up! You know what? I'm tired of living with you. You're useless and you complain again and again. I will feel so much better when you're gone. I get it. I will take responsibility for raising my daughter. I'll get child support, and I'll get my share of the property. God, you're so greedy. I'm raising the kid on my own, so I'll take what I can get. Since you gave me the bare minimum, you must have saved a lot of money, right? I'll take it from there. Okay. I'll pay you extra only for this time. I'll split the property with you. There's $5,000 in the account. Half of that is $2,500. I will send you $100 a month for child support. That should be enough. What? I give you what you want. You should be grateful. You know what? You should be the one to pay me alimony. Be grateful to get even a penny. Wait a minute. You've been saving up, right? But you only save up $5,000? That's all I have in my account. What can I do about it? I'll show you the bank book when I get back. And only $100 for child support? I've been giving you the exact amount for her. That should be enough. I can't live on that. Lucy's gonna need money for kindergarten, elementary school, and other things. If you don't have enough, why don't you get a job? You're the one who asked for a divorce. You should be ready to stand on your own. Of course I'm going to work, but the property division and child support are too low. This is crazy. I don't give a shit. I can't give you more than that. You should give me $10,000 for alimony. That's a small price to pay for the mental anguish you've caused me. What's that? If you keep talking back to me, I'll raise the amount. I'll charge you for it later. Just prepare the divorce documents and get the hell out of my house. Hey, what the hell is this? Michael? What happened? Oh, you know what happened. Your lawyer sent me some documents. Oh, you finally received it. Did you take a look? It says everything I want. Why am I supposed to pay $15,000 in alimony? I already submitted the divorce papers and gave you money. That was a one-sided decision you made. I couldn't accept it, so I asked for a lawyer. You're causing me so much trouble. Of course, I can't accept that kind of money. You've been sarcastic with me all this time, causing me emotional distress.
That's not true.
My lawyer also sent you a medical certificate from the hospital.
What do you mean, a medical certificate? This is fake. Or did you pay off the doctor to write it? I never hurt you physically.
Yeah, you didn't, but your words and your attitude hurt me. When I started living away from you, I was in bed all the time as a reaction to the sudden release of tension I had been feeling. My mother got worried and took me to the hospital. And as you can see, my doctor diagnosed me.
Huh? That's just because you're weak. You're not strong enough. You're useless as a wife. That's why I had to say all that stuff to you.
It's not my fault. Even when you kept saying terrible things to me, I kept putting up with it. Even when we ran out money, I kept trying to make it on my own. I tried so hard to do something absolutely impossible, and I suffered.
That's all your responsibilities. I put up with a lot at work too. My bosses often force me to do impossible things.
Don't force me to do crazy stuff just because you think you can do it. Everyone feels and thinks differently.
Oh, shut up. I'll pay you $300 in alimony. I won't pay you a penny more.
No, you'll pay me the full $15,000, not less.
You're so greedy. And $1,000 in child support? That's too much.
Considering you make $90,000 a year, you should be paying more.
How do you know my income?
My lawyer looked it up. I didn't know you made this much a year.
Did you contact the company? Stop doing such an embarrassing thing. If they find out we're getting divorced and fighting over alimony, it could affect my promotion.
I don't care about that. You got what you deserved.
First of all, I don't have any savings. There's no way I can afford this.
You said there was $5,000 left in the account, right?
Yeah, I told you. I paid you half of what I had in savings. You should be grateful.
But it's absolutely ridiculous. There's no way you haven't been saving. But no matter what my lawyer investigated, he couldn't figure it out.
You can't find out what I don't have.
That's true.
Just give up. I don't have any more money. I can't give you what I don't have, and I can't pay you more than $300 in alimony.
But I remembered something this morning.
What?
You have a different bank account, am I right?
What?
A long time ago, I received a mail from A&B Bank addressed to you. I remembered it because I'd never heard of that bank.
That must be some kind of advertisement or something. I don't know anything about that.
So I asked my lawyer to check it out again, and it turns out there's $80,000 in your account. You've been saving so much while you've been so hard on me. I wonder what you're gonna use it for.
That's a lie. I don't know about that. Stop making up stories.
You don't have to admit it. It's a fact. The lawyer said that the paperwork he sent yesterday didn't include that, so he will send you another paper.
All right, I admit it. That's my money. Okay, I'll give you another $1,000 as a property division. That should be enough.
You've got to be kidding me. I'll take half of the $80,000, $40,000. Plus alimony and child support.
You've got to be kidding me. I worked my ass off to get this money. You haven't worked at all since we got married.
I didn't work because you forced me to do all the housework. But housework is a job too. It was really hard for me to do the housework and take care of the baby by myself with all the abuse I was getting from you. You're gonna pay me for everything you've done. You've been living in my house and doing nothing. I won't give money to someone like that. You really are a piece of shit. I was a fool to stay married to someone like you. I should have just left you when I knew something was wrong. Yeah, you're right. It was your fault. Putting the blame on me and begging me for money. You're disgusting. I told your parents that you're hiding the savings. What? Why even my parents? When I divorced you, they cursed me a lot, saying I was a terrible wife for asking for money when you didn't have any. But you know what? They were absolutely speechless when I told them you were hiding $80,000 from me. Oh no! And, by the way, I told everything to Nina, who was my colleague. What? You mean Nina from accounting? Jeez, I know she likes the gossip. Yes, she loves to reveal all the secrets of people at work. I told her that you're a scumbag who doesn't treat women like human beings, is stingy with money, and doesn't provide a reasonable amount of child support. I'm sure it'll spread to all the employees by the end of the day. Please don't do that. It's gonna make it hard for me to do my job. I hope it only makes it harder. Nina was so upset about it, you know. I wonder how all the female employees treat you when they found out about it. And maybe it'll affect your promotion. It's not right for a scumbag like you to be in charge, you know. Please, do something about it. But, you know, everyone seems to have noticed that you're greedy with money. They're getting tired of you taking receipts even for personal use and being so meticulous about how your subordinates spend their money. That's not true. Everybody trusts me and thinks I'm the best boss. I don't know. Look back at what you've done and think about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. Hey, do me a favor. Please tell Nina that you are joking or something. Do something about it. If you know that everybody trusts you, I'm sure you'll be fine. God, my dad is contacting me. He's so mad. He says he's cutting me off. I don't want that. Hey, what should I do? Tell me. Come on, why don't you use your brain to think? From now on, let's talk through my lawyer. Don't you ever message me again. I will block this account too. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm in big trouble. Can you reduce the property division and alimony too? Hey, come on. Do something about it. After that, with the help of my lawyer, I received alimony, property division, and child support as I requested. As I planned, Nina told everyone in the office about the true color of Michael. He is now treated coldly by his co-workers, mostly by female employees. I heard he started his own business with his savings, but it failed and he lost all his money in the end. His parents cut him off from his family, and with nowhere else to go, he disappeared. He may be homeless somewhere, but he got what he deserved. I am doing my best to raise my daughter and working from home with the help of my parents. From now on, my daughter and I will live a happy life together.
Get out of this house. I won't let you set foot in my house. You'll have to live on the street.
Miley? What do you mean?
That condo you and your husband Kyle lived in? It's mine now.
What? I haven't heard anything from my husband.
Did he forget to tell you? He's so forgetful.
Is it possible to forget to mention something as important as that? He didn't say anything this morning. Besides, it's impossible for me to suddenly give it up to you.
Wow, it's mine now. You guys don't even talk to each other anymore. That's sad. I'm sorry for you guys.
That's not true, but why?
Our house was falling apart, so we put it on the market last month and found a buyer right away. With the money, I got Kyle to give me a condo. And...
You just built it 5 years ago, right?
Shut up and listen.
I'm sorry, I was in a bit of a hurry. What happened to your house?
It wasn't structurally good anymore. I can live in a house like that?
That must have been tough. But why didn't you tell me?
You don't explain to people who leave.
What?
From now on, Kyle and I are going to live together. You don't have a place to stay anymore. Why don't you find a homeless shelter to stay at? That would suit you better.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm serious. I got interrupted by you earlier. Kyle asked me to kick you out because he wants to break up with you. So, I did what my little brother asked me to do.
What? He wants to break up? Did he really say that? Kylie didn't say it himself, but asked his sister to do it?
That's right. Otherwise, I would have sent you a text.
Suddenly? Why? He didn't act like that.
People never say things like that when they made up their minds.
I can't believe it. Did he say why he wanted to break up with me?
Oh, no. You didn't notice? You have a very big forehead. Your legs are thick. And your ears stand up like an alien. If I had been born with your face, I would be in despair. How could you have lived so long without noticing?
That's a terrible thing to say. I mean, that has nothing to do with it, does it?
It's a big deal. I mean, this is the main reason. Kyle is so handsome. But if he has kids with you, they would be ugly like you.
I do have a big forehead, but I don't think it's as bad as you say. I'm not beautiful, but I'm not hopeless.
It's funny that you don't know yourself at all. My family has a lineage of beautiful girls, and you're trying to destroy it. You should be aware of that. What are you going to do when a child is born that looks like an alien because of you?
Am I that bad?
It's so bad that I have to cover my eyes. I feel sick just thinking about it.
That's so mean.
If you can even tell how ugly your own face is, maybe you should go see an optometrist.
I'm so shocked.
I don't care how you feel. So, you should go and stay somewhere.
Let me check with my husband. I can make such a decision just from a text from you.
Oh, are you doubting me? I'm telling you, it's no use.
Please give me a moment. I think he's at lunch now, so I'll call him.
Okay, go ahead.
Huh? I can't get Kyle on the phone. Why?
Maybe you're blocked. Of course. No one wants to talk to an alien like you. He said he's going to divorce you, so get ready to sign it right away.
I don't want to get divorced. My husband hasn't told me anything.
He's a sweet boy. He can say that he's sick of your ugly face. I'll have to find him a beautiful wife as soon as possible.
I wonder if that's really the reason. Anyway, I'm going home right after work. I'll have to talk to Kyle directly.
Does that mean you're coming to stay the night? If so, it's $300 a night.
It's my house. Why should I pay for it?
It's my house, not yours anymore. Come on, you got to learn that. Are you crazy?
I'm not.
Huh? So you just don't understand what I'm saying. I pity you. You have an ugly face and an attractive figure, and you're dumb. You're at the level where you regret having been born. I don't understand how you can live with yourself.
It's just too much.
I'm only telling the truth. You should go back to your parents' house. Oh, sorry. You grew up in an orphanage, didn't you?
Yes.
A child without a home has no place to go back to, huh? Well, if my child is ugly as an alien, of course I would abandon her.
Please, don't talk like that.
I don't care. Shut up. You're in big trouble. Now what are you going to do?
Are you enjoying it?
Of course. It couldn't be more hilarious.
I just can't agree until I hear it clearly from my husband.
3 hours break will be $100, $300 for an overnight stay. If that's okay with you, go ahead. Did you give up?
I understand. I will pay for it.
What a surprise! You come no matter what.
If I'm going to leave the house, I want to leave after I understand. If I back out like this, I will definitely regret it. Compared to that, $300 is nothing.
You're really annoying. I take back what I said earlier. I don't want to talk to you. So, don't ever come here. I only said that to get rid of you. Why do you take it seriously? Can't you even take a joke? Are you really from another planet?
No way! Miley, please answer me!
Stop calling me again and again! I was watching a funny YouTube video, but you ruined it.
I tried to enter the building, but the manager stopped me.
Of course he did. Thank God we have good security. It's a good thing I told the manager.
What? What did you tell the manager?
I told him that the woman who divorced my brother is stalking me, and that he shouldn't let her in the apartment.
That's terrible. I mean, we're not divorced yet.
The divorce is final. You still didn't understand? You're so dumb.
What?
I've always hated you.
Did I do something to you?
The opposite. You didn't take care of me, and you didn't respect me. You kicked me in the foot.
That's not true. I was happy to be part of your family because I have been alone for so long. I care about you.
You're a real talker, aren't you? Are you giving me some sort of sub-story? You're an ugly bitch, you know?
I don't mean to be. If there's something I'm not doing, I'll change.
Do you remember? You didn't lend me any money when I asked you for it last month.
I talked to my husband about it, and he said no, so I couldn't lend you the money.
Why didn't you just lend me the money secretly? You were so obedient. And now you're miserable because you got dumped.
I don't think so.
Let's face it. Have you been able to contact Kyle?
Not yet. He's supposed to be done with work, but he still hasn't read my messages.
Have I made myself clear to you? Kyle left you. There's no place for you here. When you understand, go find a place to stay.
I can't believe he's suddenly divorcing me. I won't believe you until I talk to him.
You're so stubborn. I don't have a choice. I'll have him call you.
Are you with him?
Yes. Take his call. How's that? Are you convinced?
He said he's really divorcing me, and that we'll never see each other again. But he said he didn't give you the condo.
Sorry, it was funny. I couldn't listen to you from the middle of the conversation. You made me laugh so much.
I'm so shocked. I can't believe he really wanted to break up. So it wasn't your vicious joke.
I'm only telling the truth. If you understand, get out of here.
I'm sad, but I'm leaving. Thank you for everything. I'll get my stuff later.
I took all your stuff out to the trash today.
Excuse me?
I threw everything out. I made it easier for you to move out. You should be thankful.
How could you?
I only threw away worn-out clothes, so don't worry. I took the clothes that still had the tags on them. If you're going to be homeless, you're going to need all of your clothes. Then why don't you go took out from the garbage and take them with you?
I don't know what to say anymore.
Well, good then. I'll give you one last piece of advice.
What is it?
I heard that cardboard is good for sleeping because it keeps the wind out. Why don't you get some boxes from the grocery store?
Cardboard? Thank you for your concern.
I'm not worried about you. I'm just trying to make fun of you. Imagining you sleeping in a cardboard box is hilarious. Like an alien being shipped out.
You've been acting so awful. Do you think people's misfortune is so funny?
It's fun to watch you suffer. I can stop laughing tonight. I can watch this all day.
Oh my god. I have to find a place to sleep. So, if you excuse me.
A park or public bathroom would suit you better.
Well, I guess that's it. Goodbye.
Hannah, urgent! Answer me right away! I'm in a hurry. Don't ignore me, ugly.
It's been a while. How are you?
What are you talking so carefree about? I suddenly needed some money. You're at work right now, right?
Yes, I am.
I'm on my way. So, have $3,000 ready. I'm in trouble because I haven't been able to contact Kyle since he went on an overseas business trip a week ago.
That's not good. But we've cut off all ties, so I have no obligation to lend you money.
Come on! I'm in a hurry, so get ready now. Go wait for me in the lobby of the office. I won't forgive you if it's even a penny less than $3,000.
I can lend it to you even if you come to the office.
Then, I'll make a scene at the office. I'm going to loudly tell everyone that you're stalking Kyle.
Please, don't do that.
I won't stop. If you don't want to be embarrassed, go to the bank right now.
You seem to be in a tight spot. What's wrong? What are you going to do with the money?
I just need money for dental implants.
That's a lie, isn't it? Please be honest with me.
What? Are you trying to say I'm deceiving? You're hurting me.
If you don't tell me honestly, I'll hang up on you.
What's with the big talk?
My husband told me. I know everything.
What? You can just mock me like that? You guys are divorced. You call him husband and you still think you're married to him? That's so funny.
We're not divorced. My husband didn't want to bother me about you. He pretended to be cold and to pretend that he was leaving me. So it was you who was deceived.
What?
We have been living together in a new apartment since a week ago. We're still having lunch together and we're still on good terms.
What's that? Kyle is on an overseas business trip, so there's no way he's in the US. Are you so shocked that you've become delusional?
No. The day I was kicked out, after I hung up the phone, my husband called me right away. He said, "We have a place for you to live, so don't worry."
What?
I thought it was strange because he wanted a divorce, and when I asked him about it, he told me the truth.
What do you mean the truth?
I heard you got addicted to gambling and got into debt.
Well, that's...
And because you borrowed money from a loan shark, you even got calls at the office.
Yeah, that's right. And I got fired. Isn't terrible?
It's not terrible. You caused a lot of trouble. The $3,000 you're talking about now, You're going to use it to repay the debt, right? You're in such a hurry. Did a loan shark come to your house? Well, you got what you deserved, didn't you?
You're such a cold woman. I'm the victim.
Seriously? And I heard you told my husband that the house was foreclosed on for failing to pay property taxes.
You know that much?
But that's all lie. You never bought the house in the first place, and the house you live in was a rented house.
No, it wasn't. I own it. Don't insult me by saying it was a rented house. Where is that kind of proof?
We obtained the registry at the city office. The house you said you built belonged to someone else from the beginning.
That's a lie. A lie. How can you, a complete stranger, get the registry? You can't fool me with your technical term.
You can get it online now. It's a document that shows who the rightful owner is. You can easily get it if you request it. Just Google it and you'll see. It's not really a technical term.
Oh, it's true.
Pretending to buy a house and cheat my husband. And then, with a fake document, you made him a guarantor. It's terrible. I worked as a real estate agent before I got married, so I knew it was fake right away.
Really? I didn't know.
I didn't have a chance to tell you. And I heard that you made my husband pay every time you were behind on rent for the past 5 years.
Well, you found out all about it. If you know what's going on, then lend me the money. Don't you feel sorry for me? A scary man comes to my house every day to collect on my debt. I live in fear every day.
I don't want to. I won't lend you the money. You deceived my husband, and that's fraud. Making false document without permission is also a crime.
There's no such thing as fraud or guilty in a family, is there? Just lend me the money. I'll win big today and get it back. You got to be kidding me! What? What's wrong all of a sudden?
I can't take it anymore. I'm at my limit. Do you know how much Kyle was struggling over this? He said he wanted to help you, but didn't want to bother me. He's been struggling alone for so long.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
You are the worst kind of sister to put your own brother through this. If I hadn't noticed, we would have ended up divorcing. You should really feel sorry for yourself.
Well, okay, then that's fine. I will sell the apartment and make money.
How are you going to sell my husband's thing? He just told you that if you don't have a place to go, you can live there, right? I told you that 2 weeks ago.
No, that's news to me. I thought I got it.
Kyle was kind enough to let you live there, and now you want to sell it off without even feeling indebted. You are so wrong. I'm surprised that you think you got it when you didn't even change your registry.
I thought you had changed it.
You have such a positive mind. You're just so crazy. Please learn that the condo belongs to my husband.
I'm not crazy. That's terrible.
Then you simply don't understand what I'm talking about. I pity you. The condo is under contract for sale with a real estate agent. So, you have 3 days to get out.
Isn't that too soon? There's no way I can move out in 3 days. I mean, I don't even have a place to live next.
You kick me out on the same day. If you don't have a place to go, why don't you stay on the street?
Are you trying to get back at me?
No, I'm not. If I don't do this, it will happen again, won't it? I don't want to cause my husband any more pain. He will cut ties with you too.
I don't like it when you say that. There's no way Kyle would abandon me. You're just saying that on your own, aren't you?
That's what my husband and I are saying. My husband says he won't forgive you this time either.
Seriously? Wait a minute. Just help me this one time.
I won't help you. If you think we can save you by crying, you're mistaken.
You know that, don't you? I'm in debt. If I live here, I'll be on the street.
I know, but that's not all. I'll also sue you for tricking my husband into paying the money, and for making him sign a fake document to act as a guarantor.
What does that mean?
You're going to be put in a cage. Debt collector won't be able to come to your house, and you'll be safe in a cage. Isn't that good?
Isn't that too much? I'll be sorry for what I did. So, maybe you should reconsider the lawsuit. I definitely don't want to get a criminal record.
I refuse. I will also charge you for the rent my husband paid on your behalf. Please work hard and pay it back.
What? I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm seriously sorry. Please don't do this.
Please stop gambling at the casino and work hard to pay us back. I've roughly calculated to be $70,000, so you don't have time to play around. I'm sure you'll be working hard day and night to pay back the money.
Wait a minute. Let's talk for a minute.
I have nothing more to say to you.
Please, give me one more chance. Please.
Then, I'll just give you some advice.
What?
I heard that cardboard is good for sleeping. It keeps the wind out. You can get it at the grocery store.
That's what I said. I'm sorry because I was wrong about everything. Forgive me. I'll get down on my knees and do whatever you want. Just give me one chance to talk to you.
I refuse. Well, I have to tell you something.
Have you reconsidered?
My husband says he loves my forehead. Well, that's it. I'm blocking you.
Don't block me. I'm sorry I was rude to you. What? You don't read my messages? Please. Please don't abandon me. Please save me. Please.
After that, Miley tried to stay in the condo. The real estate agent kicked her out, and she stayed on the street that day in a cardboard box. Through a lawyer, I filed a lawsuit for fraud and forgery of private documents, and Miley was sentenced to 5 years in jail. In addition to the $70,000 that my husband paid, she was also behind in repaying a debt she had incurred by gambling. Since she was behind on her payments, she had to work hard day and night after she got out. If she really can pay them back, I'm going to put her on a tuna fishing boat. My husband and I are expecting a baby. It's a dream come true. We look forward to the day he is born into a peaceful life, without the bother of Miley.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.